What's up, Hedgehog Maniacs and Doki Fanatics? ZXLTRXNSixBillion here. As you can see, I am back with another Doki Doki Literature Club fan mod. The one we're going to do this time is called Doki Doki Everlasting. I'm not entirely too sure what this mod's going to bring. I did find out this is only a demo, so this is only going to have Act 1 for the time being. But I know for the fact that the way I saw it on Reddit, it's a Monika mod. You know, I've been doing mods lately when it came to Monika. This coming from somebody who had a hard time trusting Monika throughout 2018 and the start of 2019. Anyway, let's see what this mod brings. Time to dive in, and let's do it to it. What's the main menu look? Whoa! Wow! Wow! I really like this, honestly. Of course, gotta put the name in. Can't put numbers in as usual, so side yet. Hold on. Can't put numbers in, so I gotta go side X again. Let's go. Huh. This is interesting. We're here. I slowly rub my eyes and look outside into the neighborhood. Oh. That was pretty quick. Well, here you go. I pull out my wallet and riffled through it, eventually grabbing onto a couple $100. Keep the change, sir. He nods slowly as I step outside and thank him for his service. As the taxi drives off into the distance, I find my gaze on the house in front of me. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves on brushes as I mutter something underneath my breath. Welcome back, son Yex. I crack a slight smile. It's been about 5 years since I last lived here. I remember everything about this place, the memories I've made, the fun I've had, and so on. The nostalgia is almost overwhelming. Drawing in a deep breath, I take the key out of my pocket and unlock the door. I quickly lay my suitcases on the couch and place the rest of my belongings on the kitchen table. I didn't really pack much, just clothes and other necessities. I scan the kitchen and eye the refrigerator. After a long trip, the thing I need the most right now is a meal. I open the refrigerator door and see one carton of milk, which is most likely expired by now, as well as a bit of food stored in containers. Most of it I doubt is even edible by now. Sighing, I land my eyes on the pantry. There's got to be something in here, right? Opening the pantry, I noticed a bit of canned food and one whole loaf of bread. What am I supposed to do with all of this? After hours of starving, I'm definitely not eating a few slices of bread, or any canned food for that matter. I end up shutting the door and slumping onto a kitchen chair. I would be mad for my aunt for not leaving at least a bit of food for me, but I know how hard business can be for her at times. Besides, I do have some leftover allowance from the trip here. I make a mental note to get groceries later. I would do it now, considering I still have a good amount of time before dark, but I'm still feeling a bit tired from the trip. So it's around sunset. I wasn't sure if it was early morning or sunset. Anyway, 5 hours on a plane and a 1 hour taxi drive surely can make you feel exhausted. You think? Catching up on some sleep doesn't seem like a bad idea. I close my eyes and rest my head on my arms. What? The ringtone of my alarm shatters the silence, pulling me back into a state of awakeness. Who's calling me? Holding my phone, I realize I've been sleeping for about a full hour. However, the time is the least of my focus right now as my gaze lands on the call ID. Sayori! When she heard the news that I was coming back into town, she blew up my phone with texts and calls. Oh, Sayori. This is like, I don't know, the 20th call/text I've gotten from her? Either way, it doesn't matter. I've come to learn that it's pretty typical of people to be thrilled at the prospect of their friend returning after 5 years. Sayori's no exception, but then again, she gets easily excited over the little things anyway. That's Sayori for ya. I answer the call. Yes! Her voice sparkles with excitement. Hey, I'm sorry to inform you that ZX is unfortunately not with us anymore. Aww, really? Wait, is he playing a prank? That sucks! What's it like before the year again? Yeah. I'm right though, I'm back into town. Hey! I missed you! I did too. All those video calls didn't do our friendship enough justice, right? She's bouncing up and down. It's pretty obvious, given that it's Sayori. True. Sounds like fun. Anyway, how you been? Particularly great. Good to meet all the people, even our new fans. Yeah? Not that much. You know me. That doesn't like you. Hey! What is that supposed to mean? Sayori giggles with a lie. That's it? Aside from making new friends, what else did you do? Sleep doesn't count, by the way. Yeah, that's all I do. Sayori takes a mock pouty voice that never fails to make me feel somewhat guilty of what I say. Oh, come on. You know I kid. A loud grumble coming from my stomach interrupts the conversation. Hey, Sayori. You got any food for me? Why? Kinda hungry. That's supposed to be Sayori's line. What's the hungry word? Are you hungry too? But don't worry, I got it covered. Really? Yep. Just come over at my house. I'll make you feel right at home. Alright. I forgot where you live, though. Don't worry about that. I'll be able to find my house. Got it. I'm on my way. Man. Sayori's a mystery sometimes. With Sayori still on the line, I stand up and head outside. Huh. That's actually an interesting touch. It's the same background from before, only it's inverted. Anyway. Man, this really does feel like a blast to the past. I remember back when we were children, where Sayori and I would just play at the park and goof off from sunrise until sunset on weekends. On school weekdays, we usually walked to and from school together. Sometimes we even had sleepovers at each other's houses. It got to the point we could enter each other's houses like we were family. Needless to say, my childhood was actually pretty bright and elated. I have to thank Sayori for that sometime later. Same thing with this background. Finally, I make it to Sayori's house. Like before, it was just a few houses down the block from my aunt's. I knock lightly to confirm my arrival to Sayori. She swings open the door almost immediately. ZX! Oh, Sayori. Sayori leaps into my arms, nearly causing us to topple over. Normally I would tell her off for something like this, but I simply can't bring myself to do it. I shouldn't ruin a moment like this. I wrap my arms around her and embrace the moment for a while. It feels good being able to finally feel her warmth again. After a while, we part from the hug.
I'm so glad you're back! Come in! I just finished cooking like 5 minutes ago!
Wait a minute, I just realized something. How could Sayori cook? Besides, I do recall that NC said something about Sayori nearly burning her house down once. Anyway, I raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't say anything bad, did I?
Sayori! Last time I remember, you nearly burned your house down. Yeah, that's my point. Wait. Nice. I didn't see that right away. Sayori's got a new expression. Hey, I didn't recognize that. Salvation.
Come on, that was just one time.
That facial expression is new with that pose as well. Where Sayori has her fingers touching. I know, but I'd rather stay cautious. Who knows what went on while I was gone?
I noticed every cooking has improved. In fact, I think you love it.
We'll see. I ruffle her head a bit as she gently giggles. If it's food, I'm sold anyway.
Great, come on into it.
Oh, Sayori. She moves out of the way, allowing me to enter the house. And just like before, the kitchen background is inverted. A faint smell of clean bleach hits my nostrils as soon as I enter. Did she just clean today? Huh, I would never expected that from Sayori of all people. Is she really trying to put an impression for me? I appreciate the thought, but I personally don't really care either way. I've dealt with her long enough that her messes were pretty much second nature to me. Scanning the kitchen, I noticed Sayori with oven mitts on. She pulls a tray out of the oven and places it on the counter above. It smells like garlic?
Yeah, I made some cheese and garlic bread earlier today. Does it smell good?
Yeah, I guess.
You want you to garlic, by the way. I really want to make you sick of your first day back.
Nah.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you're trying right now, so you must be really hungry.
I guess you could say that.
You need a treat?
Water would do. Who would have thought? I never thought I would see the day that in the mod Sayori can actually do some cooking very well. Never thought I'd see the day. Not that that's a bad thing or anything. Anyway. Sayori grabs 2 glasses from the cabinet and fills them both with tap water before setting each of them on the table. Afterwards, she scavengers through her cabinet again and produces 2 sized plates. I sit down and watch as Sayori puts a single large piece of garlic bread onto each of the plates, leaving 4 still on the tray. She then sets one plate in front of me and the other plate on the opposite end of the table. Before I can dig in, Sayori stops me.
Wait, you should let it cool down for a minute.
Okay. I stare at the food for a while. It looks edible, at least that's a plus. I don't know if it tastes good though. You'll find out. But then again, how can you butcher garlic bread anyway? Just follow the instructions listed on the box. I think I can eat the food now. I've been waiting for a few minutes. Grabbing a piece of bread, I take a giant bite. This actually tastes pretty good. It might be the hours of starving target, but this is definitely the best thing Sayori's cooked that day had been a disaster. Oh man. I guess the cooking really did improve.
Never must have really liked it.
Huh? I looked down and realized I've already ate half of my slice. Must have been someone out for a while without me noticing. I really need to stop doing that. I guess I did. That's what being hungry can do to ya.
Hey! Did you even eat all the way here?
I couldn't. Planes apparently don't use cash to pay for meals.
Wait, they don't?
Apparently so. I'm still pissed off about that.
That's not me at that.
Tell me about it. I leave off at that as I stand up and fetch another slice from the tray.
I'm thinking we never tell Monika that.
Huh? Who's Monika?
Oh, she's a super duper cool friend. She usually goes on big trips at the end of the year. I think she's going to Amsterdam after the school year ends.
Amsterdam? Sounds pretty expensive.
Oh, don't worry about it. Monika's not having enough money to afford it. Maybe that's what she told you.
I see. I grab my glass of water and take a sip from it. Anything else about her?
Well, she's smart, talented, passionate, nice, thoughtful, beautiful, confident. Oh, she's also the president of my club.
Your club? You have a club? Now that is something I can find hard to believe.
Yep, I'm the best president of the Logic Club.
Okay, I also didn't expect that. I think. But then again, it is a mod after all. Anyway. Wait, do you used to dislike literature in general? Why did sudden change?
Monika and the other shooting that literature can be a lot of fun.
I see. What about the others? They seem interesting. Tell me about them. They could get Sayori of all people interested in a club like that. I really want to know who they are.
Well, Monica's very cute, and I was well managing. And she also likes to read manga.
Manga?
Yeah, I think you'll love her. She is also very smart and talented. Although she can come off as a bit shy.
I see.
Hey, that reminds me. You should join us sometime. And maybe you'll be friends.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, given how ordinary my routine is. However, it is a literature club. Is a literature club really worth my time? I doubt I'll maintain the same level of enthusiasm Sayori and any of the members hold about the subject. At the end of the day, it feels like a giant waste of time. But on the other hand, I could use with some social interaction every once in a while. And if Sayori managed to get into literature via the club, it might be worth a shot. I'll think about it. That was a terribly generic response, and I almost feel the need to replace Palm at that. You think? However, Sayori doesn't seem fazed at my lack of response, and simply nods, going back to her food. We talked for a few more minutes, mostly about school and what we've been doing. Looking outside, I realize that we still have an hour or two before night really settles in. Maybe I can do something with her. But what can I do? Watch a movie? What do we even watch, though? I know Sayori's usually a sucker for happy movies, but they're personally not for me. Besides, I have little to no movie knowledge, so that's off the table. But then what? Anime, maybe? I mean, I know a few good shows I could watch with her. However, I doubt they're really going to be her style at all. Actually, never mind. They're definitely not going to be for her. Well, I guess I could always just look for something that catches my eye. I excuse myself from the table and navigate to Sayori's living room. I flop down on the couch and turn on the television. Sayori must have Netflix, right? Luckily enough, she does have an account for the platform. Now let's see. Although I normally catch new episodes for animes I'm interested in airing on live television, some animes I generally enjoy have already ran their courses. It sucks, because I doubt they would do reruns of them on TV. I've been sitting here for minutes. I still can't find something that catches my eye. I'm just about to give up when I see Sayori coming into the living room.
Hey! Are you okay over there? You seem in a bit of trouble.
Sayori, do you know what we should watch? I point to the screen.
I don't know. I'm not very good at choosing. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Here, why don't we just, pick a random show out.
Sounds like fun.
Alright then. Sayori takes a seat next to me as I continue browsing for something to watch. Eventually, I give up and select a random anime. Man. I knew I should have let my instincts get the better of me. Although, it's got a comedic feel to it. For the most part. It feels boring and uneventful. Of all animes, did I really have to choose a rom-com? Being romantic comedy. It's not that I despise rom-coms at all. It's that I'm not a fan of it. Sayori, for the most part, has fallen asleep after the first 2 episodes ended. And I honestly don't blame her. I nearly fell asleep too. Hey, Sayori, wake up! I gently shake her awake, and she stirs in response. Come on, we gotta get you to bed. After a few more shakes, she finally lets out a yawn and cracks open her eyes a bit. You're pretty sleepy, huh? Now let's get you to bed. Wrapping an arm behind her, I sit her up and prepare myself to carry her. Whenever Sayori sleeps, it's really hard to wake her up. Unless if it's morning or I bring up the topic of food. Oh man. Sayori's always hungry. So I'm pretty much out of options. This really does feel like we're little kids again. I finally lift her up and get taken aback by how heavy she is. I can't just give up yet though. Mustered all my strength, I finally managed to carry her in a good enough position and begin to walk up to her bedroom. Hopefully I remember which door it was. I enter Sayori's bedroom after a bit of a struggle and flip on the light switch. I noticed that her room's the same as they've always been, even keeping the stuffed animals I won for her at the carnival a few years back. Mr. Cow. Mrs. Duck, I believe. I gently place her on the bed. Good night, Sayori. Sleep well. Tracing my steps, I head back to the way I came, making sure to flip off the light switch. But before I could do so, Sayori manages to say something.
Ray!
Hmm? You need something?
I really missed this time I spent with you. I was wondering if you would like to walk with me to school tomorrow?
I give her a gentle smile in response. Of course we can. Sayori doesn't respond, and her lips faintly curve into a smile. Her eyes are still closed. See you tomorrow. I turn off her light and depart from Sayori's house. The walk back to my house was quiet and peaceful. During that time, my mind weighs over my talk with Sayori today. Despite how much she's changed, I still remember her as that little ball of sunshine I'd grown up with. Talking with her in person after so long was very pleasant. Her smile brings out that warm, fuzzy feeling within me, something I never felt in so long, even after our various video calls. My mind drifts off to what Sayori told me today about her club. I'm surprised that she even managed to get into a literature club of all places, and to become the vice president of it. Maybe I'll join it myself? Only time will tell. After unpacking my suitcases, I flopped down onto my bed, exhaustion finally catching up to me. Finally, some well-needed rest. Almost did a FUD moment. And there was his laugh. Anyway, almost in an instant, I closed my eyes and drifted off to sleep. I'm gonna stop here, Hedgehog Maniacs. That was not a bad way to start the mod. With MC and Sayori again, having having that interaction and everything. It was kind of pleasant. I'm just wondering what's gonna happen when MC goes to the Literature Club for the first time. Won't know till that happens. But this mod's gotta be curious now. After a bit. But for now, ZXLTRXNSixBillion signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think down below. And if you want to see more of my content, subscribe to me so you'll check out the rest of my content, and you can also check out the videos you see here on the screen. I told you to stop doing that, Monika!